Warning! Kinda Murdery contains adult themes, explicit language, and descriptions of violence. It is not suitable for anyone, and we recommend you stop listening now.
True crime with a dash of the paranormal, the garish, the strange, and the darkly comic. I'm Zevin Odelberg, and you've found your way to Kinda Murdery, a place that means more than just murder. It's my very own pocket dimension, home to a curated collection of bizarre and compelling stories, from decades past to the present day, from the Wild West to the deepest rabbit holes of the World Wide Web. I cover it all, just so long as it's Kinda Murdery. Hey everybody, welcome to Kinda Murdery. I'm your host, Evan Z. Del Burgoe. Thank you for deciding to spend your valuable time with me. If you've listened to the show before, you may be wondering what the heck I just said. And if you're a first-time listener, thank you for being here. I hope you decide to stay. But you may be thinking, this host has the strangest name ever. What kind of name is Evan Z. Del Burgoe? Well, that's not actually my name. Or, it is my name, but in a different language, that language being Pig Latin. Or, as the American Weekly called it in 1939, Hog Latin. In fact, my parents named me Zevin Philip Antonio Odelberg, which is unusual enough even without the swine switcheroo. And why am I off to the hog races? Going on about Pig Latin before the show even starts? Well, because pig, or Hog Latin, figures prominently in one of today's stories. More on that in a moment. On today's show, we have a very special theme, and that theme is girls with telekinesis. I have assembled the tales of 3 young women, or super beings if you like, that are blessed or cursed with the extraordinary power of telekinesis. First, I'll tell you the story of Bouncing Berta Seibert, whose paranormal powers, akin to the superhero Shazam, are triggered by a magical phrase. In Berta's case, it's a phrase in Pig Latin. Now, Berta's from St. Charles, Virginia, and after we learn about her, then it's on to Hello Darkness, My Old Friend, the amazing story of Alice Bell Kirby in Jonesville, Louisiana. Both of these women amazed the world in the later 1930s. And finally, we'll finish a little further back in time, in 1926, with the story of an adolescent Romanian peasant named Eleanor Zagoon, who, and this truly sounds like a superhero origin story, was cursed by her grandmother to become, dun-dun-dun-dun, the Magnetic Girl. As I always do at the start of the show, I'd like to remind everybody that I was born with cerebral palsy, and it would really mean a lot to me if the Kinda Murdery community could become an emotional support network for people with disabilities. If you or someone you care about has a disability, physical or otherwise, and is having a tough time, please reach out to the show, kindamurdery@gmail.com, or at kindamurdery on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Today's episode is a momentous one for Kinda Murdery. Season 2 is officially over. We have left the Emerald Triangle. Now, it doesn't mean we won't be back, but for now, unlike seasons 1 and 2, Kinda Murdery won't be tied to a particular place in the world. We will simply be dedicated to bringing you the best Kinda Murdery stories no matter where they occur. Which means, everybody, I need your help. If there's a place or a story you'd like to hear about, reach out to the show and let me know. kindamurdery@gmail.com. I'm here to entertain you. I will respond. I will give you what you want, which brings me to 2 listeners I want to shout out. The first is at GirlPlusOcean on Instagram, who reached out because she wanted to learn more about a story we did called the Effie Morris Hammer Slaying, in an episode entitled The Shane Allen Schindler Mannequin Murder. At GirlPlusOcean, we're looking into that one for you. And the second listener I wanted to shout out is Stephanie Moore, who was kind enough to correct me on the pronunciation of last week's town. It's Villisca, Iowa, not Villisca. Thank you, Stephanie. And sorry about that, Villisca, Iowa. I am a doofus. Also, Stephanie told me she has followed the story of the Villisca axe murders for years now, and listens to everything she can find about it. So I say to everybody, if you've got a favorite murder story that you'd like Kinda Murdery to investigate, reach out. Let me know. We'll do it. Again, kindamurdery@gmail.com or at kindamurdery on social media. I'm here to give you what you want, and all I ask is that please, 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 please tell your friends and family, post about the show on social media, and leave reviews. It really, really helps the show grow, and it lets me know I'm not just talking into a void, which helps me feel just a little saner. So thank you for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, you might think that today's Girls with Telekinesis theme was inspired by Season 4 of Stranger Things, where the world's most famous telekinetic girl, 11 from Hawkins, Indiana, has apparently lost her telekinetic powers. No spoilers here, we found that out in Season 3, and I'm only on Episode 3 of Season 4, but no, I wasn't inspired by Stranger Things. Instead, I was inspired by my very special guest today. It's my favorite person in the whole wide world, and the reason that I'm happy to announce that although it may still be scary, today's episode is kid appropriate. Please say hello to Miss Azide Ufe del Burgoe, Miss Daisy Fu Odelberg. How you doing, Daisy?
Doing good.
All right, thanks.
Hope you guys are having a nice day. And yeah.
Who are you talking to? Talking to me? Yeah, there's only one of me. I don't have multiple guys here. Oh, you're...
Well, whoever's, listening to this, yeah.
Oh, got it. All right, well, thank you so much for being here. And yes, I hope you're having a nice day and that the listeners are as well. So I just told everybody that you are the reason that I just wanted to do an episode about girls with telekinesis. Tell me if I'm wrong here, but haven't you been fascinated about telekinesis for pretty much your whole life?
Yeah, I find it to be the coolest superpower because you can basically, do anything. It's kind of like levitating because you can just telekinesis your shoes or something. I don't know. I just think it's the coolest.
If you had telekinesis, is tying your shoes the main thing you'd want to do with it?
No, it's lifting my shoes so it could lift me.
Oh, okay. I was picturing you're dang it, I'm so tired of tying my shoes. Just, with your mind.
I don't have strings on my shoes. Let's go.
You don't wear shoes with lace. Do you know how to tie your shoes?
Yes, of course. I just have slip-ons. Jeez.
Okay, got it. So, do you remember, how did you first find out about telekinesis?
I don't know. I guess I was just Googling superpowers and yeah. No idea.
And you were like, that one sounds cool. I want to move stuff with my mind.
Hell yeah.
Well, we've been big fans of the show Teen Titans, and isn't there a character in Teen Titans that sort of has telekinesis?
I found we like Teen Titans Go, the goofy cartoons, and I find Raven to be very powerful, because then there's the Rock Girl who can telekinesis the rocks, but I found that telekinesis over everything is a lot better than just rocks, and yeah.
Totally.
It's kind of off.
I would like to be able to telekinesis The Rock, the movie star.
Hey,
just chuck him around like a football a little bit, because that'd be pretty impressive.
He's superior. He not as superior as Shrek, but he is pretty superior.
Are you saying that even if I had telekinesis, I wouldn't be able to telekinesis The Rock?
No.
That isn't what you're saying, or you're saying there's no way
even without superpowers, he is way better than you. He is superior. He can kill you with a stare.
There you go, everybody. If you ever wanted an honest opinion of yourself, if you're ever feeling good about yourself at all, just ask your kid what they think. The Rock is better than me, even if I had superpowers. Oh, sounds true. Okay.
No, but what about Lord Shrek, though?
You're kind of obsessed with Shrek, right? I mean, you want to talk about why that is a little bit?
Well, he's epic, and I didn't even watch Shrek, but even I know enough to know that Shrek rules everyone and everything. Yes, he is a superior being.
So what makes him so epic?
That is hard to explain, but I guess it's just the Shrekiness, not gonna lie. He's an icon, honestly. Shrek is the moment.
There you go, you heard it here first.
He is so mega cool, you don't even know.
That's right. Buy stock in Shrek futures, everybody. You're hearing it from the next generation right here, right now. Shrek is the moment. Shrek is the future.
Shrek is forever.
What about Donkey? What's your take on Donkey?
Oh, he's just one of the other superior beings, but like nothing like Shrek.
Okay, so far as superior beings go, we've got Shrek and the Rock. Are there any other superior beings?
Yeah, like me and this kid at school were talking, and it is Shrek, Patrick Star, the Rock, the sexy old guy from Up, Donkey, and Fiona. Oh, and you gotta put Joe Byron up there.
Joe Byron? You mean President Joe Byron?
Joe Byron.
Is that Joe Biden?
It's Joe Byron.
Who's Joe Byron?
Joe Byron.
Is that Joe Byron from the Bing Bong TikTok video? What do you want to tell Joe Byron right now, that guy?
I guess you could say that, yeah.
So you're telling me that the most epic beings in the universe are The Rock, Shrek, the sexy old guy from Up, who else?
Patrick Star,
Fiona,
and Donkey,
and President Joe Biden?
Byron.
Joe Byron.
Yes.
Okay. So is Joe Byron like the president of America in like an alternate dimension or something?
Sure.
Speaking of alternate dimensions, you've got an interesting story to tell us. What are you going to talk about today? What's it called?
Well, it is a creepypasta called The Backrooms, and I am utterly obsessed with it, yes.
And you believe that it's more than just like a creepypasta invention, right?
Definitely.
All right, cool. Well,
I don't believe that it is fully fake.
You believe that it's real, right? All right, well, you heard it here, guys. Hang in there. We're going to talk about girls with telekinesis, and then after that, Daisy is going to break down the back rooms for you. All right? Daisy, shall we get into our stories of girls with telekinesis?
Hell yeah.
All right.
That's a no-no word. Sorry if that's what you believe.
I'm gonna say hell yeah is kid appropriate. Yeah. At least for the kids of listeners of Kinda Murdery.
Yeah.
I think we're okay
Definitely.
with hell yeah. I'll try not to go any deeper into profanity than the word ass and hell. We'll try to move on from that now. Ass, hell ass. Okay.
That's. Wait a minute.
Shall we?
No.
Shall we talk about some girls with telekinesis?
Yeah.
You're really Johnny on the spot there, Days. Okay, so the first girl with telekinesis that I would like to tell you about today is the girl from St. Charles, Virginia, and her name is Bertha Seibert. Here's how the story goes. One day, and Daisy, Here's what I want you to do. As I tell you each of these stories about girls with telekinesis, afterwards, I want you to give me a rating of 1 to 5 Kinda Murdery skulls on how believable you think the story is. Like, do you think the girl really had telekinesis or like they were faking it? Okay? So if it's 5 skulls, then you're like, oh my gosh, like she is 11. And if it's like 1 skull, you're like, they used fishing line and turned all the lights off, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yeah.
Are you bored? It's okay, you can tell them the truth.
Yes.
Are you like, oh my god, when is this gonna get over? My dad is so corny.
I wanna draw.
Daisy does love to draw. I will post some of her art to Instagram so you guys can check it out. She's very talented. Trey talented. What's your favorite thing to draw, Daisy?
Anime girls.
Which anime girl? Any anime girl in particular?
Well, that's a good question. I prefer not to answer that.
Why is it a secret?
Okay, fine. It's that girl, Sakura-chan.
Is that Sakura from Naruto?
Yes,
Just for those of us who don't speak anime girl Japanese. Oh,
yes, it is.
Is Sasuke? No, and that was Sasuke from Naruto? Just now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool.
Sure it is.
Not everybody speaks anime girl,
Totally not me giving a sus look.
Okay, did you just get your hair dyed pink?
Yes, I did. Please don't tell them.
Is that because of Sakura?
No.
Okay. Why did you dye it pink then?
Because of Sakura?
And is that because you have the biggest crush on Sasuke?
Yes.
Okay, good. We covered that. Okay, moving
I'm
on.
sorry. Everybody already knows that I simp for him, so I don't care anymore, honestly.
Yes, and I heard you especially like Orochimaru Curse Mark Second State Sasuke with the hand wings. Is that true?
No. I swear to God, that is not true.
All right, everybody, if you don't know what the heck we're talking about, I suggest...
Google it.
Yes, or go on net, fire up the old Netflix wagon, and watch yourself some Naruto.
Yeah.
You'll learn
You're gonna
fast.
think it's so mid at the beginning, and I don't care if you think it's mid. Honestly, I understand that why you would think that, because come to think of it, it kind of is, but I have a different opinion, and it's really cool.
Yeah,
I really like it.
It starts a little mid, but like the character development is so strong that it gets really, really good. I mean, I really like it too.
It's just the fillers. That's all it is.
Yeah, I started watching it with her, and then now my wife watches it with her too. Our whole family watches this anime. So if you think it's...
Now I cannot watch it without my dad because he just came in while I was watching the 4th episode. Now I can't watch it in Japanese, and I cannot watch it alone.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he doesn't want to miss out.
So if you
and he doesn't like reading subtitles during fights.
Yeah. And so if you think that anime is like just cartoons for kids, it's really not. It's really more like a soap opera that even adults can enjoy. And I was just reading some business article about how anime has become the most bankable of all television categories right now.
Ew, woo.
Anyway, let's get on to our kind of murdery telekinesis stories, shall we? Okay. Can we get on?
Yes, we shall.
Okay, so the first story I want to tell you about is the story of a young girl, 13-year-old girl. How old are you, Daisy?
I think I'm 10.
I know how old you are. I just wanted you to share it with the audience. I know how old my daughter is, everyone, I swear.
Please tell me then.
What do you mean?
I think I'm 10.
Yeah, you're 10 and a half. Okay.
Oh, that's fun, isn't it?
Daisy's 10 and a half, going on about 17. And the girl we're about to talk about is 13. Her name is...
Bertha Mary Cyber.
That's right, you got it. So it's November 16th, 1939. I'm about to tell you about a girl named Bertha Mary Seibert. Bertha is from St. Charles, Virginia, and she's lying in bed and hasn't fallen asleep yet. Has that ever happened to you, Daisy, where you're just like lying in bed and you can't really fall asleep?
Horribly, yes.
What do you do when you can't fall asleep?
I lay in there and I sing.
What do you sing?
Songs.
Like, can you give an example of a song you might sing? I'm not saying you have to sing it. Just, give us an example.
Like, songs I've been listening to, like, on TikTok or, like, on music, Apple Music or something.
Like Billie Eilish or Ava Max or something?
And this one is for the chant. No, I don't sing that when I'm not, and I can't sleep.
Okay.
But, like, it's a really good song, yes.
Got it. So... you sing like Rockabye Baby to yourself, is what you're saying.
Sure I do.
In the treetops. Okay, so anyway, Bertha, what she's doing to amuse herself because she can't fall asleep is she's saying stuff in Pig Latin, okay? Although, apparently in 1939, they called it Hog Latin. So she would just kind of be whispering random Hog Latin to herself, like instead of saying... "Good night, Bertha," she'd be like, "Ud night gay Eartha Bay."
That'd be ud gay, eitne.
Good night's one word, though.
No way.
Did I just blow your mind?
What? That's cap. That's fat cap.
What is fat cap? I'm not familiar with this phrase, fat cap.
Let me put it this way. Cap is like, when you're capping, you are fibbing. Like, cap is... lies.
So you think I'm lying when I say good night is one word?
The icon of cap is the blue cap emoji.
Okay.
So if you have a blue cap at home, you are legendary.
Awesome. So when we're done recording, I want you to Google whether or not good night is one word. But for now, she's trying to put herself to sleep with... Can you come up with another Pig Latin? I mean, the one you gave me just now was pretty good. Let's have another one.
Ease day, uts day.
Daisy, I told everybody this was the kid-friendly show. All right. Don't let your child translate that, please. Anyway, so Bertha's doing Pig Latin, and she says a particular phrase. Unfortunately, it's not revealed what that phrase was. We'll pretend that it's Easday, Utsday, I guess. And all of a sudden, her bed bounces. Like boing, like a basketball bounces up off the ground and then crashes back down again. And here's the deal. What is discovered is that any time Bertha says this particular Pig Latin phrase, her bed starts to bounce up and down.
Hey, yo. And we're talking Eastday Utsday?
Oh, no. All right. I may have to remove the "I promise this episode's appropriate for kids" from the front of this episode. But, yeah. Anyway, so that's what happens. So the bed jumps up and down right in front of the disbelieving eyes of her father. Then they call in grandma, and they call in mom, and they call in the cousins, and everybody watches as this bed just keeps hopping up and down. Not like the bed is bouncing sussily, like the whole bed, like the wooden frame, the mattress, everything is like hopping around like a rabbit, bouncing up and down. And they want to make sure that it's not the girl somehow doing it. So her father holds her down on the bed, and then here's what they do. They go and they call like 12 neighbors in. Now, I think that's a little messed up. Telekinetic powers or not. It's a little like messed up when your daughter is going to sleep to call like 12 neighbors over and be like, watch this, watch her bed bounce. Would you be comfortable with that?
That's a good question. I'm not actually sure about that.
Right.
I'd have to have experience, maybe.
So basically they take turns holding Bertha in place and watching to see if the bed's gonna jump, and it keeps jumping. So finally what they do is they have these neighbors start to say prayers and sing hymns. This is like the next day from sunrise to sundown. And they find that when they do that, the bed hops a little bit less, but it still bounces all the way until 3 a.m. in the morning.
Burn her, she's a witch.
Yeah, she might be. Even if she is, I don't think we should burn her. But, so they're wondering if with all these prayers and hymns, they managed to get rid of the spirit because it finally stops bouncing the bed at 3 in the morning. And then all of a sudden, Bertha says in her ghost talk, which is actually just hog Latin or pig Latin, she says, "Bounce hard and scratch big."
Hey, yo.
Can you say that in pig Latin, Daisy?
Ounce bay ard hay, nade, ratch say igbay.
Good. And guess what? When she says this, all of a sudden all the prayers and the hymns die in the throats of the neighbors. Like they go from singing their hallelujahs and she says her whole, what was it? Ounce, try not to yawn into the microphone. It's a very exciting episode of Kind of Murdery, everybody. She says, they're all singing and praying, and then she says, "Ounce bay ard hay cratch say igbay," and now all of a sudden everything goes silent, and they're all freaking out. And in the silence that follows, they hear scratching beneath the bed until finally when the morning comes,
She doesn't wake up. Ew.
As with any supernatural phenomenon, there are the skeptics. There are people that basically say, listen, Bertha's just like clenching her stomach muscles real hard and making the bed shake. Like there's no ghost here. It's just like the girl going like, with her stomach muscles.
Hey, yo!
But according to the American Weekly, the bed is so big and heavy, and little Bertha, not Big Bertha, little Bertha, is so small that there's no way that she's responsible for this ghostly hopping. Okay, so that is Girl with Telekinesis story number 1, little Bertha Marie Seibert, who summoned a playful ghost with her pig Latin words. Let me ask you, Daisy, on a scale of 1 to 5 kind of murdery skulls, 5 being like absolutely definitely real magical telekinesis, she's a superhero, and 1 being like this story is, what did you call it?
Fat cap.
Yeah. So how many kind of murdery skulls do you give the story of little Bertha Marie Seibert?
Well, I'm not sure how she would pull it off without, like, some supernatural thing, so I'm gonna have to say 2.
So you don't really believe it, but it's not a full no.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, we're gonna take a pee break.
Can I change that to 3?
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
3. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go toodaloo.
Yeah, we're gonna take a pee break, and then we'll be back.
That's totally, yeah.
Actually, not we. Daisy's gonna take a pee break. I'm not going with her, just to be clear.
Thanks for that.
Okay.
Goodbye.
After the pee break, I'll be
Can you stop?
You go. You can go. After the pee break, I'll be telling you the story of another 13-year-old girl from Jonesville, Louisiana, and her name is Alice Bell Kirby. So stay tuned. Go pop a squat if you need to. Hey everybody, just so you know, here we are sharing a microphone, recording Kind of Murdery. Daisy just very slowly, while staring deeply into my eyes, like picked up a Sour Patch Kid and very slowly put it in her mouth.
Doing it right now too.
As though like Drax from it was like Drax from
yes
Guardians of the Galaxy. She thought like if I just move slowly enough, he won't notice that I'm eating a Sour Patch Kid, which she's now doing on the mic. So enjoy those gummy chewing sounds in your ears. That's got to be just wonderful.
I'm literally done. I don't even feel like I made that much more noise though. I was like,
you made so little noise. It was like the most silentest of all Sour Patch Kid eatings.
And there's you.
Yeah, I'm everything I do is noisy. Okay, so next up on our are you pretty stoked about this Girls with Telekinesis tour days?
Honestly, no.
Not enjoying it?
I want to get to the point.
Okay, that doesn't bode well for
I
the
want to get
audience.
to either drawing or my part.
Okay, good. Well, we're gonna blast right through this next one. Then I'm gonna assume.
Yeah.
Going to assume the audience is feeling the same way. So the next girl with telekinesis, also 13 years old, named Alice Bell Kirby. She's a farmer's daughter from Jonesville, Louisiana. And are you listening? Or
yes.
Daisy's like picking a scab on her leg right now, everyone. I hope you're at least...
No, I'm squeezing a scar, seeing what might happen.
Okay, hopefully you're at least as just enthralled by my storytelling as my daughter is. But anyway, so... her telekinesis also explained by a ghost, and this ghost, or I should say Alice's telekinesis, she's got quite a repertoire, including she can make tables walk around, she can push a 200-pound man off a piano stool, she can lift the piano in the air and cause the keys to get pounded and slammed and played.
Wow.
Are you impressed? Do you think this might be real telekinesis?
I guess.
There's only one thing, though. Alice Kirby's spirit will only perform in the pitch black dark.
That's definitely fat cap.
So, yeah, I could spend a little more...
The only way you can know what was happening is literally just, like, asking her. And you can never trust anyone.
Right.
Not even the parent you have lived with for 11 years.
Wait, you don't trust me?
You could have been just building up your little manipulative thing.
Wait, how did this turn into not trusting me? I'm not claiming I have telekinesis.
No, you could be just planning to dump me on the street someday. I never know.
Oh my gosh. But I love you so much.
I would don't know never... that.
Oh no. If this sounds too real, I'm gonna have to cut it because I don't want to get like Child Protective Services over here. Come on.
You're pretty trustable so far.
My goodness. I love you very much. I swear I'm a good father, everyone. I don't know what's going on. Please ignore her. I'm going to have to cut this. It was kind of funny, but now I have to cut it because you made it sound like I'm a terrible parent. I mean, let's go back to like, I kind of like that you're not sure if you can trust me, but just don't say I'm going to dump you on the street somewhere, okay?
Oh, God.
So what do you mean you can't trust me, Daisy? I'm your daddy. I'm a good person.
Well, that's what I think.
You think you can't trust me, you said?
Well, these 11 years that we've been living together could have just been building up the whole trick.
Okay, so what's the trick?
I don't know. How would I know?
You just think something sinister is coming. You don't know what, but you're pretty sure I'm going to flip the script on you.
Why do people bleach their eyebrows?
I did it for fashion.
What the? Wait.
All right. So, yeah. Alice Bell Kirby's ghost can do all kinds of stuff, but only if it's too dark to see anything. So you have to believe in this.
Have to be a 1.
On a scale of 1 to 5 kind of murdery skulls of reality, you're giving this a 1?
1, because you could have just like pounded the ground really hard as if you were dropping the piano.
Yeah, or you could have had the 200-pound man pick up one side of the piano for a second and then
Maybe
drop
there
it on
was
the ground.
no 200-pound man.
Maybe
It was just you.
Okay, I know you really want to get to your story or to drawing, so
Yes.
So
I would
let's
love to finish drawing.
let's move on to the next tale.
Oh, there's another one.
Yeah, sorry.
How many of these are there? Like,
There's
they're all
3.
just gonna be Fat Cap.
No, hold on.
Witch girl, yes.
I saved the best for last.
That was really cringe. Please cut that.
Okay. I won't cut that either.
Cool. I know where you sleep.
All right. The new thing in podcasting is just whispering to each other, letting people feel like they're in on. Okay, this next story,
Oh, yeah.
I think might be the most believable one. This is the story of Eleanor Zagoon, the magnetic girl.
Totally not me in the background trying to, like, walk on walls like Spider-Man.
All right, so...
What I do? Just bending backwards, be like, oi!
Okay, so Eleanor Zagoon, also 13 years old, the Romanian witch girl, as she arrives in London in 1925 as this, famed witch girl, says, and this is pretty creepy, you should remember this as a catchphrase. She says, "The devil has come with me to London, and the devil is very pleased to come to London, for he hopes to find plenty to do here." And she said it very calmly, that enigmatic peasant child.
Oh, I thought you were going to say she said, hello.
So, Eleanor Zagoon was from Romania. She grew up...
goon? Sounds like me.
You are a
Ew.
goon. It's all right. So, she grew up in Romania along the Austrian border in the mountains. And originally, she did not have witch powers. She was not the magnetic girl. As I said earlier, this is a bit like a superhero origin story. So here's what went down. Eleanor was born in a Romanian village near the Austrian border in 1925. One day, when she was around 13 years old, she went to visit her grandmother, who at this point was 105. And
Doesn't surprise me.
Yes. So her grandmother's 105, and the grandmother wants to... Try not to bang into stuff, because I can't edit that out. All right.
Wow.
So grandma's 105, and she wants to see Eleanor before she dies. So Eleanor, like Little Red Riding Hood, goes walking through the woods from her village to her grandmama's house.
Grandmama?
Yes. And
love that.
while she's on her way, she finds a coin. Don't touch, if you like it, it'll wreck my audio if you touch any of this stuff. So just
Sorry.
It's okay.
Totally not me petting an invisible cat.
Okay. So on her way through the woods to grandmother's house, she meets a big bad wolf. Just kidding.
No one's laughing.
I'm no one to you. Okay. On her way through the woods to grandmother's house, she finds a coin in the woods, like a coin on the path. And she stops at a little village on the way to grandma's house, and she buys sweets with the coin. And she brings the sweets to her grandmother, which sounds like
You mean her grandmama?
her grandmama. Sounds like a nice thing to do, right? Like, you find some money. You probably don't have a lot of money, but you're like, yeah, I got a little windfall here. And you decide to spend it on some sweet buns for your grandmama, right? So
I cannot get over grandmama.
But when she gets there and she tells her grandmama, she says,
You will?
I found this coin on the forest floor and I bought you some cookies with it or some sweet buns or some cinnamon rolls or whatever. Here you go, Grandmama. I love you in your 105-ness. The grandmother says to her, right.
Don't translate that.
The grandmother speaks Japanese and is a 12-year-old anime girl.
That's literally not Japanese.
Well, fake Japanese to fool
It's
your
not at all
stupid
Japanese.
father, whatever
it's
it was.
like Spanish or something.
But you said it in an anime girl voice. Why are you just messing with me like this?
You know that guy? Just don't look up what it means, okay?
I didn't even hear
Please.
what you said.
Okay. It's that guy on TikTok who's always like...
So anyway, she brings grandmother these cookies, right? And grandma tells Eleanor, she says, "You've bought these sweets with the devil's money." Because Eleanor told her she finds the cookies. And grandma curses Eleanor and says, "I will never again let you out of my clutches." And everyone in Eleanor's peasant village believes that the grandmother transferred her own evil spirits to the girl in order to be able to die. So in other words, grandma was 105 because she couldn't die because she was possessed by demons. And then Eleanor comes to visit. She says, "I want to see my granddaughter before I die." And Eleanor comes to visit and says, "Here, Grandma, I brought you a basket of sweet buns." And the grandma says, "You're in league with the devil, I curse you," and transfers all of her demons to her granddaughter and then just croaks and dies right in front of her.
Your grandmama.
Yeah, that's messed up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's messed up. So then she goes home, and essentially what happens is this. Anytime she's around, like, metal objects, like needles, little, like, nails, anything
She's
metal.
a magnet.
Yeah, just, like, goes hurtling through the air and flying at her and sticks to her. Grandma transferred magnetic demons
That sounds like Fat
to
Cat.
Eleanor Zagoon. No, but then the other thing that happens is she
Fat Cat,
exhibits...
but the Backrooms aren't.
All right, you're bored. We're going to get to the back rooms now.
Okay.
Give me a rating. 1 to 5, fat cap, how many kind of murdery
2.
skulls?
2.
So you thought the most believable story was Bouncing Bertha?
Yes. Yes, it was.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh. Okay, let me set it up and then Okay, so now, there you go. There's your 3 girls with telekinesis, and Daisy thinks it's all a bunch of, quote, fat cap.
Yes.
But, I mean, it was published in newspapers, so there's that.
The newspapers are capping.
Are you saying it's hashtag fake news?
Hashtag Fat Cap.
Okay. Hashtag fat cat. So, Daisy, you have a story to tell us today, right?
Hell yeah.
So you said you were going to tell us about the back rooms. What are the back rooms? Tell us about it.
So I've been utterly obsessed with a creepypasta called The Backrooms. And in case you guys don't know what the Backrooms are, they are an alternate dimension filled with countless levels that one can no-clip through through the front rooms.
So hold on 1 second. What's no-clip mean?
No-clipping is like moving through an object or wall or whatever, a solid object, so fast that you pass through it, leaving no trace.
So for us muggles, it's kind of like teleporting or Star Trek style energizing through?
Falling out of the earth.
Whoa, nuts.
Yes. You can no-clip into the back rooms through the front rooms, which is our world, our dimension, which is Earth or our universe. And the levels consist of liminal spaces that one might feel they have seen before. Like
deja vu space?
Definitely.
Whoa, I'm already getting creeped out. The hairs on my knees just started to tingle.
So the classic Backrooms level is called Level 0, the lobby, and it resembles the Backrooms of a retail store and is basically an infinite office room, and it has the smell of damp carpet, mono yellow wallpaper, and the buzzing of fluorescent lighting.
So basically pee-pee colored wallpaper and pee-pee on the carpet and fluorescent lights that are pee-pee colored light is 3 kinds of pee-pee? Is that what you're telling me?
And this is a non-linear space, so you can just walk in a straight line and get back to where you started.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, so that's what makes it really hard to get out of here.
This is so creepy.
it gets worse.
Okay, so the lobby, when you first enter the back rooms, does everybody go to the lobby first? Is that how it works?
Good question. If they usually join the lobby, or they can go to level 1, level 2, and very rarely level 3.
Okay.
And you can get there by going through doors that have just appeared that were not there before, or in places that are very unusual.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could see objects without shadows. Or...
Whoa, how does that work?
I don't know. The scariest possibility is you could just randomly fall out of reality.
Like, you could be sitting here podcasting with me right now, and then you just blink out of existence?
Hell yeah. So getting there would make you extremely lucky, or perhaps unlucky.
Now I'm like gripping the sides of my chair, just waiting to get no-clipped out of existence any second, thanks.
Hell yeah. So I kind of really want to go there, but I also really don't.
I really don't want you to. I love you.
How cool is it though?
Okay, so are there specific levels that you think are the most interesting?
Yes, there are 3. So the first one I shall explain is level ! Otherwise known as Run for Your Life. It is
Sounds
one of
fair.
the most known to Backrooms fans, and if you know about it, sorry, but you're about to listen to me blather on about it.
Oh no. Do you have to run? Tell us. I'm concerned because I'm so slow.
You can go there by trying to go to another level, but just accidentally going there instead. And once first waking up, after no-clipping there, you will immediately notice a horde of entities chasing you.
Okay, 2 questions. First one is, are there any regular front room activities that can make you more likely to no-clip or teleport to the back rooms? And the second one, after you answer that, get back to what you were saying, which is, you're the horde of entities. What's an entity? What do they look like? What's going on? But I just want to make sure I don't do anything that's going to make me accidentally no-clip somewhere. Is there anything I can do to be safe?
No, it's just going through odd doors or things without shadows.
So,
that's what you can avoid. That's all it really is.
So just don't walk through creepy door. What about, platform 9 3/4 from Harry Potter? Should I try to avoid walking through any magical walls, too?
Yeah, that would have a chance of taking you to the back rooms.
Okay, so now back to this level's called Run for Your Life, and you just said there's a bunch of entities, so tell us about that.
And entities are the entities. You should know what entity means. And
being or creature, right?
You can cut this if you want, but a kid in class tricked me into saying entities without the EN. And I fell for it.
Oh my gosh.
I actually fell for it.
Yeah, point to your head.
No, I know what you're doing.
Point to your head.
Fine.
Say the abbreviation for mountain.
Empty. You've done this too many times, I swear. Anyways.
Now, you know the word entities. Now say it without the EN. Sorry, I'm just kidding.
This has happened before.
I know, that just cracks me up.
Anyways. So most, the basic entities, like Smilers, Hounds, Skin Stealers.
Those are the basic ones? What's a Smiler?
It's like this big black thing that smiles.
Describe it a little more. Is it made of shadows, or is it made of
kind of. It's kind of like a sleep paralysis demon.
Oh, okay. And does it have a giant toothy grin, like a shark?
Yes.
Oh my god. It's like a Dementor on laughing gas. Yeah? No. Okay.
So anyways, I heard from a kid in class that Skin Stealers, this is kind of funny yet kind of uncanny and horrible, but Skin Stealers steal your skin and pour hand sanitizer on them. That's just rumor.
Wait, on you or on the skin?
On the flesh.
So they steal your skin, so then you're just raw, bloody flesh, and then they cover you in hand
sanitizer.
Ouch! Ouch!
Oh no, our skin, it's broken. So anyways, the goal of this level is to leave it escape it as fast as one possibly can. So it consists of a hospital hallway. You must run non-stop, avoiding the obstacles such as clumps, which are entities that sit on the ground and wait for you to trip on them.
1 second. I think I forgot one of the entities you told us about at the start. There was Smilers, Skin Stealers, and what was the third one?
They just look like weird shadow dogs.
Okay. And so now you're in the hospital and there's clumps.
Yes, there are clumps, which are entities that just lay on the ground and wait for you to trip on them.
Okay.
Yes, and there's also hospital beds that can block your way. So you have to run there.
Wait, sentient beds? Like beds that are out to get you? Like the beds are
They're not
evil?
entities.
They're evil beds?
No, they're just the hospital beds are just like in the hallway.
Oh, they're just in the way. I thought you were like they would like jump out and block you. I'm like,
no.
maybe Bertha's bouncing bed was a Backrooms hospital bed.
Oh God.
Okay, and continue.
So you may find energy bars and almond water on the ground. Yes, almond water, the main drinkable item of the Backrooms.
The official drink of the Backrooms, sponsored by almond water. Okay.
Yes, and there are doors on the sides, but all seem to be locked. And also, entities can jump out of the ceiling.
Are there any other entities in this back room besides clumps and
Tons
smilers?
of them. This is a class 5 level. This is unsafe, unsecure, and has an entity infestation. And it has a very diverse amount of entities, but the entities can consist of just the normal ones.
Okay. And how many classes are there? Is class 5 like the top level of difficulty?
Well, I've seen class 0, class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4, class 5, class undetermined, class dead zone, and class smile.
So, oh my God, so class 5 is like you are straight up bleeped. But then class, what was the
dead
next
zone.
one? Dead zone is like the second
that
you
one
walk
you're
in, you're
definitely
bleeped. And then what's class smile is just like
mental hazard.
Triple bleep? Oh.
No entities, but mental hazard.
So you might stay alive, but you'll just go bucking nuts, basically?
That's a no word.
I said bucking with
yeah,
a
you
B.
just don't have to. Okay, anyways,
Okay.
I've also seen class 8 somehow, but that looks kind of fake. Like very, very extremely unsafe. But let's get to the point. Okay.
Like a Mountain Dew commercial.
Yes. So there are flashing red lights in this level, and you are supposed to... The worst part is you must run nonstop to the end of a 10-kilometer long hallway, which is about 6 miles. So yeah, me and my dad would be totally bleeped because you have to run.
You'd have a
I
better
cannot
chance
run.
than me.
I can't run though. I don't.
I really don't. I hop like a 3-legged cat.
So once you're at the end, there's like an exit door. If you go through it, it'll take you to a random level with the Backrooms never taking you back to level Run for Your Life because, yeah.
All right, level Run for Your Life sounds absolutely horrifying. What's up next?
Yeah. So the next thing I'm going to tell you is something worse than this level. Yay! The Void. It is not a level. It is a void. It is infinite because it's stretched on forever. It's pitch black. You cannot see anything. There is no sound. And it is very rare to run into another wanderer because it is infinite.
Is there a spoon? You said there is no sound.
God.
There is no spoon.
Oh, God.
Okay,
Why
so
do we love Keanu so much?
We just love him.
Keanu, yes.
He is the best of us.
Not
Okay.
as best as Shrek, though.
Okay, you're right. It goes Shrek, then Keanu, then the sexy guy from Up.
No! Keanu is after Joe Byron.
Okay, back to the void. So basically, this is like Alice again. All of the incidental things show up as sounds.
I'm sorry, I was just finishing off my freaking sparkling water.
Yeah, it's this is LaCroix Pure Sparkling Water.
So good.
LaCroix, if you're listening and you want to sponsor Kinda Murdery, we love your pure sparkling water. So please,
yes, we do.
reach out to us at kindamurdery@gmail.com. We would like to shill for LaCroix. It's delicious and refreshing. Okay, so the void, is this like Alice in Wonderland falling down the rabbit hole, but like forever?
Yes, you're falling forever, but you may enter the void, kind of like Run for Your Life, except a smaller chance. You can enter here by trying to no-clip to another level, except accidentally no-clipping into the void. And the void, yes, as I said, it's black, there's no sound, you're falling forever, and it's infinite. There is no exit known. But the worst part, the actual worst part of the void, is that it is impossible to die.
Oh my God.
So if you're falling forever, there's no exit, you're just there forever.
And
it's even hard to comprehend. Staying there for eternity, living for eternity. Like, how bored would you be?
And there's nothing to see, nothing to feel, nothing to hear. It's just infinite sensory deprivation, nothingness for eternity.
Yes.
Dang.
It's literal hell.
Yeah.
but there is a level 666, but I'm not going to go into that.
Yeah.
So, if you no-clip to the void, but there's a quantum fluctuation in the void, then you may enter level redacted, which is supposedly worse than the void, even though there is an exit.
You're just stuck under a giant Sharpie.
What?
Like someone's redacting a bunch of legal documents, like you're the words that are getting Sharpied out.
No. Level redacted is the ultimate liminal space. It's infinite, kind of like level 0. It has, like, beach house kind of like walls.
Infinite beach vibe? Nice.
No, it's not a beach vibe.
Like palm trees and margaritas?
I said the wrong thing.
Jimmy Buffett?
There are ways out of this level. They can take you to sub-levels, however. And this level redacted happens to be worse than the void. And I'm not sure how, but it is.
Can I ask you a question about no clipping?
Mm-hmm.
If no clipping is teleporting, so if you have no clips, then you're teleporting. What is clipping?
Really?
Yeah, I'm just curious.
Really, bro? Really? Okay, I'm gonna refuse not to answer that, and...
You're gonna refuse not to answer. Good, now answer me then.
And I am...
Tell us about the third level.
Yes, I am going to explain to you level The End. One of my favorites, yet least favorites. I hate it, but I love it.
Okay, good.
So level The End, there are many ways to get to this level, and this is why I hate it. It's a trap level to make wanderers think that they are at the true final level. But the end is thought to be a decoy to the actual true final level, which is like 9922789.
Hey, that's our zip code. Now people are going to know where we live.
No, it's just like it's tons of numbers. Yes.
Can I ask another question real quick?
Yes.
Are all wanderers human, or might other beings from other universes or planets or whatever also no clip into the Backrooms?
I think.
Like, could I
that's
see
a deep
like
question, and I do not know the answer.
Could I see like a Klingon or something, like a Ferengi?
I don't know that. I
don't
will
know
refuse.
What those things are.
I will refuse to answer that.
Continue with level The End, please.
Okay, level The End looks like a library, and it has words on the wall reading "The End" or "The End is near," and that is pretty creepy because like the letters are different sizes and stuff. So yeah,
like children's alphabet magnets on the fridge, but it just all says "The End."
No.
Okay, continue. Sorry.
So it is a very familiar space. If you look at it, you will definitely feel like you have been there in your dreams before, possibly. And yeah, so there are computers in this level, and using the computers, you can summon entities, you can go to different levels just by typing different things. And yeah, if you stay in level The End for too long, it will start turning into level 0 or... Which
is the void.
No.
No, okay.
Level 0 is the lobby, remember?
Oh, sorry.
Jeez.
My bad.
Use your brain.
Keep going.
So anyways, or you might wake up in a false reality. False realities resemble Earth, but are not.
How do you finally find that out?
You will feel like you're in your reality, but then you'll realize that the stores are abandoned and there are no people.
So it's like an empty matrix. Okay. I have an idea for a back room. Let me run this by you.
What?
Not that I'm like the god of backrooms and able to create them, but what if you went to a back room where everything was normal and all the entities were just regular people and it was basically like a normal world, except maybe you were in like a giant convention center like Comic-Con or something, but everything's fine, except eventually you realize that everyone in the room can fart on command except for you.
I'm not laughing.
How horrible would that be, though? Anyone...
Are you bringing this up because I just farted on you?
Did you just fart? No, I didn't even know you did.
I did.
Oh, I had no idea. I thought of this a few minutes ago. I had no idea. But imagine if anyone could fart on you anytime they wanted, but you couldn't. You could never get fart revenge.
This is not funny, I swear.
I thought it was scary. I'm not trying to...
Yes, audience, boys.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so what happens with the end? Like, what's the end of the end?
The true final level?
Did we finish talking about the level, the end?
That's basically all I have to say.
Did I just completely derail your story with my fart joke?
I don't know, but I'd like...
Okay.
I don't know.
Are there any other back rooms you want to tell us about? The final level? Or
Sure. I don't know much about it, but it's like a bunch of numbers, and it is said to be an endless staircase, but there is a way to the top. Mm-hmm. Just keep walking.
1 foot in front of the other.
Yes.
Okay.
It is class undetermined, which is unknown properties, undocumented entities, and yeah, I don't remember.
So none of the entities have a passport or a birth certificate. They're all undocumented.
So once you get to the top, there's like a void there.
Mm-hmm.
And this void, its color is not humanly describable.
Okay.
The only thing they could say about this void is white. That's the only color that they can use to describe it.
Wow, it's gone all the way from pitch black to what's so black it's white. Wow. So...
Well, it's not black. It's a void.
Can I give you a piece of fatherly advice?
What?
When you said when you get to the top of those stairs, there's a void. My advice is when you get to the top of those stairs, there's a void.
To get out of
My advice is avoid the void.
That's not good advice.
Oh.
The void is how you make it out.
You go into the void to get out of the... That's deep.
Yeah.
You have to face your fears. You have to dive into the abyss. It's the only way out of the abyss. Like
Hell
Luke
yeah.
Skywalker losing his hand and coming back as a Jedi Master.
Yeah.
She just gave me the most, like, disgusted wife face. Like, are you going to stop? Or are we going to never be able to see my family again? It was that kind of a look, just so everybody knows.
Yeah. Do you guys mind if I tell you guys about one more level that is extremely horrible?
Please, and you know what? I'm not even going to talk at all. I'm just going to listen. Please tell.
Okay, so this level is called Level 65, Childhood Playgrounds, and a bunch of weird fonts for each letter in Childhood Playground. So Childhood Playgrounds is very horrible. It's very horrible. This is Class Smile. Unsafe, unsecure, and has a mental hazard. So, you can get here by going into a playground in Level 9, which is Darkened Suburbs, Entity Infestation. And it resembles a playground from your childhood. And if you went to lots of them, then it would be the one you loved most. So, there's a picture, it's like black and white, and it says, in the writing of this description of this level, it says things about, go down the slides, we can save you.
What's
and then when it
the
shows
slides?
the picture, it says, don't go down the slide. You should not go down the slides.
Are there are there like knives at the bottom of the slides or something?
No, I don't know
slides?
if you should go down the slides or not, because there are different things that say you should and not.
I think if I'm in a back room called Darkened Evil Entity Infestation of my favorite childhood playground, and then the entities are telling me to go down the slides, I'm gonna check the box, don't go down the slides.
Yes. The entities can't really hurt you. They're like friendly imitators of doppelgangers or something. I don't know. I think they're friendly imitators.
Friendly doppelgangers. I think you just invented that. Doppelgangers are evil, aren't they?
Yes.
I'm so creeped out right now.
But imitators, not always. So I'm not actually sure.
Right now I'm looking at our closed bedroom doors, and I feel like there's a back room behind both of them.
Exactly. So forget about those entities. The sad thing is, one of the ways to get out of this level is to fully forget your childhood. This is a very big mental hazard. And
fully
staying here for a full year, you will develop Alzheimer's.
Holy crap, you just bummed me out so bad.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, on that note, Daisy, this has been so fun. Thank you so much for being my guest on Kinda Murdery.
You're welcome.
And I think the listeners would agree that your stories were
better than yours.
Yeah, well, yes, for sure. Also, the bouncing on the chair so that there's a nice
no one cares.
Sound. Okay.
Oh, you want to hear a squelching sound?
Okay, thanks. What I was gonna say is, thank you so much for being here, and I think everyone would agree that your stories were way more murdery than mine.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. These day utsnay.
These nuts.
All right. For Daisy Fu Odelberg, I'm Zevin Odelberg, and this has been Kinda Murdery.
Let the backrooms haunt you in your sleep like they did for me.
If you've enjoyed today's Kinda Murdery, please tell your friends and family. Tell strangers. Leave a review. It's the best way to ensure that I can keep telling that special brand of bizarre and terrible tales that you'll only find here on Kinda Murdery.